Hello everyone. Um, I'm here with another discussion. We discussed last time the three criteria, the three categories we use to diagnose autism. So let's see the first one, the persistent difficulties with social communication and social interaction. So when we observe, when we are doing the diagnosis, we need to observe the child or the adult. So first we discuss about or observe about their social communication. Autistic children or people have difficulties with interpreting both verbal and non-verbal language, like gestures or tone of voice. Many have very literal understanding of language and think people always mean exactly what they say. So you have to be very careful because when you need to be very direct and short sentences you need to say, because they always say think the meaning exactly what they. For example, if I say step on it is walk fast or go quickly, so they will but not understand, they will see where to step. So like that you need to be very careful. They may find it difficult to use or understand so the facial expressions, tone of voice, jokes and sarcasm. So please be careful when you are doing jokes, and tone of voice has to be constant. Do not make it high or low. Have a same voice. And facial expressions also, the person or the child need to be comfortable and familiar with it, and jokes and sarcasm cannot be taken by them, so be direct. Some may not speak or have fairly limited speech, so we do speech therapy for those children. They will often understand more of what other people say to them than they are able to express, yet may struggle with vaguenesses or abstract concepts. So that's why I said have to be very clear and short sentences. Some autistic people benefit from using or prefer to use alternative means of communications, such as sign language or visual symbols. We will discuss this in detail when we discuss about how to help these children. Some are able to communicate very effectively without speech. So using those languages, they are very effective without the speech. Others have good language skills. Some people can have good language skills, but they may still find it hard to understand the expectations of others within conversations, perhaps repeating what the other person has just said, or talking at length about their own interests. So as I told you, those are the detailed categories or criteria we check on the first category. So we observe on these for about a couple of months, and then the next is the under the same, the next is the social interaction or comes. The autistic people often have difficulty reading other people, recognizing or understanding others' feelings and intentions, and expressing their own emotions. This can make it very hard for them to navigate the social world. So appear to be insensitive. So they always, most of the time, appear to be insensitive, and then seek out time alone when overloaded by other people. So they like to be isolated when overloaded. That means when a lot of people are around. Not seek comfort from other people. appear to behave strangely or in a way thought to be socially inappropriate. Autistic people may find it hard to form friendships. Some may want to interact with other people and make friends, but may be unsure how to go about it. So that's about the first part, and on the next one is the restricted and repetitive patterns of behaviors, activities or interests. So we observe the child or the adult under this category. So under this category we check on repetitive behavior and routines. The world can seem a very unpredictable and confusing place to autistic people, who often prefer to have a daily routine so that they know what is going to happen every day. They may want to always travel the same way to and from school or work, or eat exactly the same food or breakfast. So those are the things, those are the questions we will be questioning from the parents or the guardians about your child. So please do observe those. So, and then the use of rules can also be important. So you need to sometimes use certain rules. So because when you use the certain rule, it's a repetitive action. So they train for it. It may be difficult for an autistic person to take different approach to something once they have been taught the right way to do it. So you need to be careful as well. It will be very difficult to change. People on the autism spectrum may not be comfortable with the idea of change. But may be able to cope better if they can prepare for changes in advance. So you need to make sure so you question and you do the checking on those things. Also you can advise, what I can say is, if you are doing a change, you need to make sure at least day before, if you are going somewhere, day before, prepare your child what happened next day, where are you going and what you will see the place look like. So those are the things, prepare the child for the change. So that's you need to be have in mind. And also when you are observe those repetitive behavior and routines. Highly focused interest. Many autistic people have intense and highly focused interests. So they do have very intense and highly focused. Often from a fairly young age they start to do this. So they can change over time or be lifelong. So they can change over the time when they grow, but sometimes these very high intense focus interest can have for the lifelong or be lifelong. Can be anything from art or music to trains or computers. So it can be anything. And remember, these disabled or and especially autistic children, they are very creative. They are very creative and they're very intelligent. So they're very good at their art, music, computers, so many things. So the interest, this is the positive part of this, is these highly focused interest activities can be used in the future for their work, volunteer work, or some meaningful occupation. They can channel it. Autistic people often report that the pursuit of such interest is fundamental to their well-being and happiness. That's why I said that can be useful for that. And then the last one is sensory sensitivity. So we know that autistic children or people may always experience over or under sensitivity to sounds, touch, taste, smell, light, colors, temperatures, or pain. So for these, autistic children will over or under sensitivity. That means over, they will not like it. Under sensitivity, they will like it. So some children will like the sound, some will not. Touch different materials, touching different things, they don't like it, or they're fine with certain things. Some people like water, some people will not like water. Smells, light. Some people love to stay under light and look at the light constantly. The child will be looking at the light. Or they hate it, they love to stay in the dark room. They don't like the light. Temperature or pain. For example, they find certain background sounds which other people ignore or block out, unbearably loud or distracting. So this can, what happens is this can cause anxiety or physical pain. So these are the other signs that you can observe at home. Observe it and record it. It is very important. So the 3 categories we discussed now in detail, you can observe those 3 categories: repetitive behavior and the routine. So 3 categories will take under එක දෙවෙනි section එක. එතකොටදී පළවෙනි එක යටතේ persistent difficulties with social communication, social interaction. අපි communication in detail කතා කරා. ඉතින් communication වලදී ගන්න බැයි නම් facial expression එක, එතකොට සද්ද, voice එක, tone එක, එතකොට විහිළුවක්, කෙලින්ම directly දේවල් නම් තේරුම් ගන්න, වැරදිත් නම් අනිත් ඒවා තේරුම් ගන්න. ඒවා නම් අපි ටිකක් ලොකු වෙනකොට තමයි පුළුවන් understand කරගන්න. ඒක autistic sign එකක්. So අනිත් එක අපි social interaction එක නම් පුළුවන් පොඩි කාලෙදිම ගන්න. ඒක බලන්න in detail අපි කතා කරා වගේ. කැමති නෑ ගොඩාක් සෙනග ඉන්නවා නම්, ගෙදර ගොඩාක් සෙනග ගැවසෙනවා නම් කැමති නෑ. ගොඩක්ම තමන්ගේ අම්මටම තමයි එකතුව. මොකද අම්මා එක්කනේ පැය 24ම ගොඩ වෙලා ඉන්න autistic දරුවෙක්. එතකොට නැත්තම් වෙන කාත් එකත් කැමති නෑ. එතකොට කම්ෆර්ට් නෑ අනිත් කට්ටියත් එක්ක. හරි ස්ට්‍රේන්ජර්ස්ලාට කැමති නැහැ. ඒ වගේ දේවල් බලන්න වෙනසක් නොවී දිගටම සිද්ධ වෙනවද කියලා. එතකොට behavior pattern එකයි routine එකයි එක විදිහට යනවද කියලා අපි detail කතා කරා දැන්. ඒම බලන්න මේ කොයි වගේද කියන එක. ඉතින් I think this is a very informative video, so I think very useful to observe your child at home. When you are doing the observation, make sure you do for a while, and then if you are not satisfied, if you have any doubts, please do go and speak to the child doctor or your doctor's pediatrician. Or if you want to go and see a psychologist, the psychologist will take the necessary steps and refer you to a pediatrician. So from the pediatrician report, only then the psychologist, speech therapist, all will work together to develop your child's skills. So as soon as you have doubts, please go and see your doctor. Don't delay. Sooner the better. So I hope you can use these guidelines to observe your child. So this week is World Autism Awareness Week. So let's work together. Disabled kid is just another kid. Thank you. Bye.